Hi, this is Gilles, the radio prepper, and today I am going to show you a CB radio. Well, it's a 10-meter radio, but it does both. It does CB and the 10-meter band, amateur band. Here is the Retevis. Well, it's Ailunce HS4. And, amateur radio operators often, they kind of look down on CB a little bit. Some of them, and really, I never understood that because a lot of us started with CB. I started with CB. I was about 14 years old in the north of France, and I bought a Lafayette LM300. So that was a dual display CB radio. It had 40 channels, and I think it was AM only, or AM or AM and FM. It didn't have SSB, that's for sure. And we could have FM back then. So power was limited to 4 watts AM or FM, and I think it was 12 watts SSB, but I didn't have that. So it was mostly for local communications. And that's what CB is good for. Now, we'll talk about of course, I'm going to show you the HS4 in detail. Well, not great detail. Of course, you can go to the Retevis website and check that out, but I'm going to operate it. I went to the beach with my friends and actually tested an antenna, a J-pole that I made for CB some time ago. I have a video about that, so I'll put the link down below. And of course, I think that CB is a viable tool for prepping. It's the upper HF, frequency band, so to speak. So 27 megahertz, 28 megahertz for the 10-meter band for amateur radio. Now, of course, I cannot legally transmit on this CB radio on the CB part of it because it has more power than is legally allowed, but I can use it on the 10 meter section, so 28 some megahertz. No problem there since I have a license for that. For local communications, I really like CB radio, and I'm also a big fan of 6 meters, so 50 megahertz, which is quite a bit higher. It's lower VHF. But CB is upper HF, which means that it actually will skip if the conditions are right, and you can cover very, very long distances, intercontinental communications. But it's not going to be reliable. Of course, right now, we're pretty lucky because we are at the top of the solar cycle. That means that, 10 meters or CB is going to skip and go very far, fairly often, on a regular basis. And that's great, but it's only going to last a few more years. Then we'll be on the way down again, and the solar cycle being 11 years long, we'll have to wait another 11 years to be on the top again. So 2025 is going to be very good for global communications, even on higher frequencies like CB or 10 meters. And that's why, it's always a good idea to have a CB, and if just for local communications. And that's what it's the best at, because frequencies like CB, which, are considered basically lower frequencies, it's the top of HF, but it's not VHF, it's not UHF. They have better penetration, especially through vegetation, forest, countryside. It's a great countryside type of communication tool. Not as good as probably UHF in urban environments, because UHF bounces. It's easier to bounce it. It's kind of course, you don't know where it's going to bounce, but it bounces better, basically. It doesn't penetrate very well. But, we all have cell phones, and you've been using cell phones inside buildings and stuff like that. And mostly that's because the radio waves, they bounce everywhere, and they reach you even if, I mean, there is some penetration. Of course, I can use my phone in the bathroom. So it's not that it doesn't penetrate materials and walls, but not as good as lower frequencies. And of course, in the countryside, vegetation is a big problem because trees have roots and they're in the ground, and so they're grounded, and the tree has a lot of water inside, so it's a big obstacle to have vegetation. And anybody who's tried, using a radio in the jungle, they know it's nearly impossible to get out, except if you transmit straight up NVIS, near vertical incident skywave. You refract your signal on the ionosphere, but you have to go up and down, and that's the only way pretty much to do it. Now, if you have a little bit of vegetation, that's when CB or 10 meters or even 6 meters is better, because it does penetrate a bit better. So great for local communications, not so much or not reliably for long distance global or intercontinental communications. That's what you have to consider. So don't get a CB for long distance if you want reliable long distance contacts. Right now it might work because it's the top of the solar cycle, but usually it's kind of difficult, and people who are fans of CB radio know very well that a lot of the time you're just waiting for an opening, for the band to open, and you can wait a long time. All right, so a little bit about the radio. Even though I'm not going to give you all the details, again, go to the Retevis website. What I like with this radio is that it does have a channel display, but it also has the frequency display. Now, personally, I prefer to use channel numbers. I know that a lot of CB people prefer to use the frequency, and I can't figure it out because it's so much easier to use a channel number. I mean, what do you want to say, channel 19 or 27.385? I know 19 is much easier. So anyway, this one has both, and what I really like compared to, say, my President Grant 2 is that this one has the LED display, which means that for me, because I don't see as well as I used to, it's much easier to see. And the Grant I have problem with because when I want to switch, say, different modes, AM, FM, USB, LSB, this one has CW, so you can use it for Morse code too, and I'm actually going to do that. So those are knobs, and I know the position of the knobs, even if I, in the truck, even if I can't see exactly the letters, I know where the knob is positioned and I know what mode it is. So I don't have to look at that small LCD screen that I have on my President Grant 2, which is a problem because while I'm driving, I don't really want to be looking at the radio for extended periods of time, like seconds. I want to know immediately where I put it, and that's what this one allows. Same thing for the different bands, so A, B, C, it goes to F, A to F, and again, you can set it, I'll show you how to do that. You can set it on the CB part, or you can set it on the 10 meter part, and it takes a few seconds to do. So I can, of course, again, I can only use it on the 10 meter, and that's what I'm going to show you. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the buttons, you have all kind of functions here also. I wish these were switches, but I mean, today, those radios, the nice switches are pretty expensive. And you can tell the quality of the plastic for the buttons, the knobs, isn't that great. I mean, they do what they do, and they work. It's fine, but I would have wished, I would have liked to have metal switches and nicer knobs, but it's 2024, I guess. And that's about it. The power, I think it's, I don't really care myself. As long as it's more than a few watts, it's enough. So I think it goes to like 35 or something like that. I think I mentioned that a little bit later, but go check the website. You'll have all the answers you want there. So very usable on 10 meters, and that's what we're going to see just now.
Je fais beaucoup d'Italiens aujourd'hui.
Oui, alors c'est quoi?
C'est un rack. Bah, c'est le même que le tien, c'est le 4630. Ah bah oui, ça... Allez, bonne émission.
Tu as réglé ton antenne?
Non, parce que j'ai pas le VNA. Tu l'as, le VNA?
Ouais. Saudi Arabia.
No problem, okay. I understand very well, no problem. Sorry.
Victor Alpha
Victor
3.
Alpha 3, Golf
Golf
Alpha Mike.
Alpha
Okay, no
Mike.
problem. I understand very well. Thanks for the call. Thanks for my report.
I have to remove that beep. I haven't checked the manual yet. It's a pile-up, so I really don't like pile-ups. Usually I don't even try.
Non mais t'as la position assez double, non? Ah, d'après moi tu dois t'amuser en C double avec ça.
Foxtrot 4 Whiskey Bravo Yankee.
Roger, thank you, Paul. Shalom. 4X6 Tango, QRZ 10.
Foxtrot 4 Whiskey Bravo Yankee.
Shalom, ahoy, Adam, 59 plus. Who's the United Tango? United Tokyo now.
Yes, Foxtrot 4 Whiskey Bravo Yankee. Portable at the beach in Antibes, south of France. Over.
Okay, Foxtrot 4 Whiskey Bravo Yankee. I spoke a lot to someone very similar contact view. If you are 5 and 9 from the total summit, Lima Alpha 12 Mike Romeo -612.
Roger for the Soda Summit. What is your QTH, over?
I'm outside Volda and in the northwestern region of Norway.
Oh, thank you very much. You are 5'6" in the south of France, QSL.
QSL, thank you for the 5'6". Do you think you could spot me to the Total Watch cluster? I can do it myself.
Say again.
Do you think you could spot me to the Total Watch cluster?
I didn't get that. Yeah, for information, I'm using a Ailunce HS4 with a vertical. Over. Affirmative. Hotel Sierra 4. 10-meter radio. Over.
I see. Well, thank you for the QSL 73 and have a nice weekend.
You too, thank you very much. Foxtrot 4 Whiskey Bravo Yankee. Have a nice day. Foxtrot 4 Whiskey Bravo Yankee.
Florida 4 Whiskey Bravo Yankee 59.
Thank you very much. You are 59 also here in Antibes, south of France. Portable at the beach. Over.
4X6 Tango QRZ.
Oh, already switched. I'm going to unlock it. Of course, you know, you're not supposed to do that, but I'm not going to transmit on CB frequencies, so I'm just going to show you how to do it. But keep in mind, it's illegal, so it's just in case, okay? Not something to use, but it's possible. So I'm going to hold the function key and the EMG key, opposite side, and turn the radio on. The radio shows one band. I'm going to turn the knob for the channels so that it goes to 2 band. After that, I'm going to long press function. I'm going to keep it pressed. It's going to display RES. I'm going to wait that it displays AND. Then I'm going to release it. I'm going to turn the radio off, then back on. And normally, all right, 26 megahertz. So 26.5, 27. Problem is that I cannot go on 10 meters anymore. So it's either or. Either you want to go on 10 meters or you want to go on 11 meters CB frequencies. But you don't get both. So you have to decide. Or of course, you can redo the function and go back to 1 band, and you go back to 10 meters, which is what I'm going to do, because of course I'm going to use it on 10 meters. So same beach, different day. Don't mind the microphone. It's a bit cold today. Very sunny though. It's a pretty nice day. So I brought the HS4 again, because I wanted to test it with an antenna that I made some time ago that I have a video about. It's a J-pole for 10 meters or CB. I'll put the link down below, you can check it out. So it isn't cut, it isn't adjusted yet, so I have my mast here, I'll show you. I'm going to have to check the SWR and cut it a little bit by bit until I reach the proper frequency. Thanks to my friend Marco, I now have a support for my spider beam 12-meter mast, and it sits under my truck's tire here. Steel tube, and goes to the mast. So I'm going to attach the antenna and hoist it up, and we'll see if the whole length won't be too long. I'm sure it's going to be too long, but let's give it a shot. Something you always want to have is painter. That's what is that? Oh, masking tape. Masking tape, very useful. I made it adjustable from the top, so I'm going to have to cut from the top, and unfortunately I'm going to have to bring the mast down every time, and that's going to be a pain. I should have made it adjustable from the bottom. Oh well. So here is how it is connected with a BNC adapter, and of course the bottom part here is for the impedance matching here. Just check out the video on the antenna, and it just there's a length of ladder line, and then it goes to a single half-wave wire. All right, so I'm on 28050. You probably won't see it because of the sun here and the shutter of the camera. Same thing for the SWR meter and power. So let's see if I have any output here. 17.5 watts. SWR is 1.5. All right, so I guess the length is okay. The filter seems to be quite wide, and of course that's a CB radio. I mean, I'm not expecting miracles here. It's a CB radio that works on 10 meters with CW, and to its credit, it has CW. So I'm on 28065. I have my Morse key here. I'm going to show it to you. And of course, there is no keyer inside the radio, but that's, you know, that's to be expected as well. And I'm going to try to call and maybe find some place where there isn't anybody, so that I don't bother anyone. Of course, here I change the frequency from 5 to 5 kilohertz at a time, so that's quite a bit. I have the clarifier that allows me to change that as well. All right, so let's give it a shot. I'm going to send a CQ and we'll see if I'm received at least on the reverse beacon network. There is a slight delay at first for the first character that I'm sending. I guess for the relay to trigger, but after that it's fine, and it works fine, I have to say. So the fact that it has CW is quite nice actually. Lots of CB radios do not have CW, and this one does, so I'm pretty happy about that. It doesn't have QSK, meaning that it can't hear between the dots and dashes. So, of course, again, to be expected, it's a CB radio. But it works, and I'm sure I could make a contact. I'm going to try. There seems to be quite a few people there, maybe a contest, I don't know. We'll see. All right, so one report on the reverse beacon network in Finland, so 1,300 and some miles. That's pretty darn good. I mean, 17 watts CW, not surprising. Although propagation isn't great, but there are a lot of people on CW because, yes, there is a contest. So it's hard for me to even know if someone is answering me because I hear so many signals, and of course the filter is quite wide, so it's hard to tell if I'm getting a reply or not, especially if people don't repeat my call sign. So. And then I went to 28500 and just made this contact. Pretty good, so yeah, I mean, it certainly works really, really well. Foxtrot for Whiskey, Bravo, Yankee.
I'm sorry, I only copy Bravo. I'm still requesting from only copy Bravo, Bravo.
Foxtrot for Whiskey, Bravo, Yankee. Foxtrot for Whiskey, Bravo, Yankee.
Foxtrot 4, Bravo Yankee, go ahead.
Affirmative. Foxtrot for Whiskey, Bravo, Yankee. Whiskey, Bravo, Yankee. QSL.
Foxtrot 4, again your letters.
Whiskey, Bravo, Yankee. Whiskey, Bravo, Yankee.
Bravo Yankee Golf, Bravo Yankee Golf, is correct yourself. Bravo Yankee.
Whiskey, Bravo, Yankee. Foxtrot 4, Whiskey, Bravo, Yankee. Whiskey, Bravo, Yankee. QSL.
Okay, Foxtrot 4, Whiskey, Bravo Yankee, your 5-9.
Very good. Thank you very much. You have a very good signal here in the south of France, near the town of Nice. November, India, Charlie, Echo. November, India, Charlie, Echo. Here on the beach, portable. QSL.
QSL, Roger. Foxtrot 4, Whiskey, Bravo Yankee, your 5-9. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Echo Golf, 110 Hotel Lima. Echo Golf, 110 Hotel Lima. Official call, secure turn.
Je sais pas qui c'est.
Uniform, Radio 5, Radio Papa United, over. Uniform, Radio 5, Radio Papa United, 5-9. Good afternoon, my friend. 5-9. Thank you, спасибо. 73, good luck, bye-bye. Спасибо. Secur 10 metros, Echo Golf, 110 Hotel Lima, Echo Golf, 110 Hotel Lima. Special call, secure turn.
The fact that I can use it on CW is a plus. I mean, it's not its main mode of operation, no doubt. It's CW is an afterthought, but it's nice to have, you know. You never know. Xavier is trying to call the same guy. So anyway, very happy with the radio. Again, I like the fact that you have the channel number, that's which is an LED. Because my eyes are not what they used to be, and even the frequency display actually is also LEDs, so for me it's much easier to see. rather than my compared to my President Grant 2 with an LCD. I have a hard time with the LCD. You know, the LEDs, no problem. It's big. It's easy to see. Even without my glasses, I can see them. So he's just made Puerto Rico. Excellent. Sur 10 mètres? I think he's on 10 meters also. So yeah, excellent. He's using a Yaesu, which one is it? 897, I believe. So with a pretty compromised antenna, but seems to work well for him. 24,940. No, je peux pas, no. Yeah, I only have 10 meters. 10. So yeah, he was on 12 meters. Now this one I can use legally because, of course, I have a ham radio license. I cannot use this radio on CB because it's not. It has too much power and too many frequencies. So I can only use it legally on 10 meters, and that's fine, you know. But I really like the fact that it is actually CB, and if I had to, you know, SHTF, you know, no rule of law and dire emergency, you have those frequencies available just in case. Now, I'm not suggesting anyone uses, you know, CB legally on illegal frequencies or too much power. Don't do that. And I never said that of any frequency on any band, like PMR and stuff like that, FRS or anything. If you can't use it legally, well, you know, get your license. Well, you know, and you know, I have to say that a lot of times amateur radio people are not always friendly towards people who come from CB or PMR or FRS or GMRS, and that's too bad, guys. I mean, that's really stupid. Radio is radio. You know, I don't make any difference personally. I welcome everyone. I help everyone that you know, just ask, and that's what I like to do. And I think it's important to be welcoming to all radio enthusiasts, really. So anyway, I think it's good to have a radio that does both, you know, 10 meters and CB. And of course, yeah, you need to get your license. But you know what? It's pretty darn easy. So. Oh, and I almost forgot. I know people are going to ask me, and so I don't want to write a long comment in the comment section. So yes, I did get a motorcycle. I used to have, well, that's my 9th motorcycle. It's been a few years since I had one. I started with the 49cc when I was like 16 years old. Then a 75cc, which was a 49 with a kit to 75. Then I had a Yamaha XS500, Kawasaki GPZ 600 Ninja. I had the Yamaha 750 FZ. I had the Kawasaki 1000 GPZ. After that, I had the Honda XL600R, which was a trail, and that was my first trail. I always had pretty much sports bikes, except for the first two, the 50cc's, 5075. Those were kind of trails too, but you know, very small. And then I got I had an accident with the Honda, so I actually have a titanium rod inside my femur. That happened in Sarasota, Florida in 2004. I had other injuries, but the femur was the big one. And after that, I bought a GSXR, Suzuki GSXR 1100. And then I came back to France in 2016. And so it's been a while. I mean, I sold it. I probably sold that Suzuki in like 2006, maybe. Always been a biker, so to speak. The reason why I got this Yamaha, it's an XT600Z model 34L, and it's you know, a Paris-Dakar kind of bike. You know, it's the bike I wanted when I was 18 years old. This one is a 1985. It's the year I got my motorcycle driver's license. which I got 2 years before getting my car driver's license. So, as you can tell, I was much more eager to drive a motorcycle than I was to drive a car. So I got it because it's simple. It's a single cylinder. It is very simple, easy to maintain. It doesn't have electronics. Well, very little electronics. And it's kind of my bug out, land vehicle, so to speak, on top of my truck, my Toyota truck, of course. So you can see the two are kind of similar in purpose, so to speak. The Toyota LJ70 is a 1989, and both are like, all-terrain vehicles, basically. But of course, with a motorcycle, you can evacuate. Even though you might have some traffic jams, and that's a big one. So anyway, I always enjoyed it, and I thought I'd get one, and found it for very cheap, and of course I have stuff to fix. I just fixed the clutch. I just changed the clutch on it, and there's a little bit of things that need to be repaired, but it passed inspection, so I'm glad, because I really wasn't sure it was going to, and I just have to change the wheels to like all-terrain wheels, because the guy had it as a supermoto, supermoto with street wheels, and I didn't want that. So I'm putting it back into original condition, and that's going to be, you're going to see it again probably doing radio ops, radio field operations, on a motorcycle, and that's going to be interesting, I'm sure. All right, I'll put the link for the Ailunce HS4 down below. You'll also find the link for the J-pole antenna that I used. And that's all I have to say about that. Have a good one.